Hello and welcome back to another episode of Chaos with Care. We are back again for another episode, and MG just took a piss and left my toilet seat up. So thank you for that, MG. Appreciate it.
I was just reminding you of what it's like to have a man in your house every once in a while.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, okay? We put it down so the dogs don't lick the bowl.
Oh,
Okay? It's gross in there. I don't want them licking that shit.
your dogs would be. Your dogs would just be so honored to drink my piss.
You didn't flush?
What?
You didn't flush?
I believe I did, or maybe I didn't.
If you left your piss in there and they drink it, you're paying for their vet bill.
That's gonna clear up whatever ails them.
Well,
Like, oh, I wish my daddy piss tastes like this.
you're just fucked in the head. So, I'll forgive it this time, but please don't do it again. Anyways, our episode today, it's going to encompass a lot, but we're going to hopefully tie it all together in a nice transitional way. We're going to be covering a few topics, and that is going to involve shrinkflation, skimpflation, and enshittification. These are internet-termed words. I don't know if they've actually been added to the Webster's Dictionary or not. And then MG's got plenty of stuff that he wants to talk about in the business aspect of all of this food industry stuff we're going to be talking about today.
Just a little bit though, because I am so fucking dumb when it comes to finance.
Yeah.
So like anytime I have to read or do any research that involves finance rather, like it just really, it's painstaking work on my part to like really dumb it down and be like, okay, so money is exchanged and then we take it and then people grab it and then, yeah. So I really have to, it takes me a while to digest that and then try to regurgitate it out so it makes sense. Yeah. So it's not as much as into the weeds I can get into it. It's going to be very basic because I had to do it to that level, because then if I don't understand it when I say it, I'm definitely not going to say it right. That's not going to make any sense.
I appreciate your honesty.
So,
and I'm the same way, buddy. So I'm glad you were able to, dumb it down for us.
I'm going to try. Speaking of dumbing it down in finance, I would like to read today's sponsor.
Wonderful. Please, by all means, go ahead.
Today's episode of Chaos with Care is brought to you by Dick Holster's Chimp Strollers. Are you a mother who's recently become an empty nester? The sounds of your children no longer fill the house because one has gone on to college and the other one you're pretty sure is making most of her money mailing feet pics and dirty socks to interested customers. With so much more of your mother's love to give, you've made the wise decision to adopt a baby chimpanzee from an exotic seller named Kimbe, who has far too many facial scars than the average person. With your new bundle of primate joy, you can just go into any major retailer to purchase a stroller. Nope, not with a chimp. You're going to need a Dick Holster brand chimp stroller. Our chimp strollers are tailor-made to not only accommodate the size of your baby chimp for months, but engineered optimal chimp durability. The Dick Holster's chimp stroller will give you the freedom and provide maximum comfort and protection for your newfound precious for any baby chimp mommy on the go. And you should enjoy them while you can, because in 7 to 10 years, your baby darling will become murderously jealous of anyone and will bite 4 of your husband's fingers off like carrot sticks, rip his penis off completely like he's a Mr. Potato Head. And while your husband's bleeding out and your baby precious primate will escape and make friends with your elderly neighbors. So that's Dick Holster's Chimp Strollers,
Jesus,
where we will help you continue your delusions of a false mother and the expense of others' lives.
It's a crazy ad read. Holy shit, MG.
Yep. Well, you gotta.
You're really signing up for a lot when you buy one of those.
You gotta have products for all different types of folks.
Okay. That's just a very broad explanation of why. But yeah, I'm not gonna question it. They're paying us, so Proud to have him as a sponsor. All right. Let's get into our episode today.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Let's hop into it. The first thing I said was shrinkflation. So we're going to talk about shrinkflation a little bit. I feel like a lot of people know about it, but not enough people. And I also feel like all of the things that we're going to be talking about today, there's eyes on it. You know, we're not necessarily breaking new ground here, but what we are doing is using our little platform here to spread even more awareness, because there is a theme here, and that is more people need to be talking about this shit to escalate the issues a bit higher. We need to be hitting corporations where it hurts, which is their wallet. And the only way to do that, spread awareness, boycott, yada, yada, whatever.
We all need to become fucking Karens. We really do.
Yes, we do.
Every single one of us. We
Get
all need to
pissy.
be Karens about this. Most of the time, we don't need Karen energy.
Never.
But this time, we need a lot of Karen energy. All of us.
Very well said. I agree. And so let's just talk about it. Okay, so shrinkflation. Like I said, I don't know if this is Webster certified yet or not, but the definition of this: shrinkflation is the business practice of reducing a product's size, weight, or quantity while keeping the price the same or increasing it. And it usually involves deceptive packaging. See cereal brands anymore, General Mills. Every cereal brand that they make, and all of their cereal bars, and just they have a lot of snacks on the shelves. General Mills is a huge offender, and I wanted to just put a picture in your minds right now. Think about it if you haven't already. I feel like a lot of people have maybe noticed this, but all the cereal brands at the store are doing the same thing. They'll make their box bigger, and they'll make their package on the inside bigger, but just with more air in it. They'll even change it from a family size to like just, family size. What used to be a family size is now like an extra family size or whatever, like normal has now turned into a family size, even though the box has gotten bigger over the years. Have you noticed that, MG?
Oh, fuck. Frito-Lay is a huge offender of this. And all the other major chip companies.
They're on my list.
I'm not saying
as well.
all of them, but yeah, the chips in general.
Yes. And they'll always have the label that says, different look, same great taste, or whatever. Well, that's a surefire sign that you're buying something that just recently got shrinkflated. And they updated the packaging to reflect that. And in reality, they just took more weight out of the bag or whatever have you, box, whatever. But yeah, that's a pretty good sign that you're buying something and you're getting less than what you paid for last time. If it has that new look, same great taste label, swear to God, it's a thing. So yeah, General Mills, they're a big offender of this. Mondelez, which owns Oreo, Ritz, Chips Ahoy, Cliff Bars, they own some other stuff too. All of those have suffered from shrinkflation, and I would say skimpflation to an extent as well. There's a lot less chocolate in snacks just in general. All your shampoos, body wash, conditioners, that's another thing. Procter and Gamble with their Charmin sheets, they have decreased the amount that they're putting in every roll. They're trying to be as deceptive as possible about it because that's the name of the game here.
Shit just tastes different too. But the other problem that we'll kind of touch base with a little bit is a lot of it's anecdotal evidence. But if you've just been around somebody and you're talking about whatever, candy bar, what have you, nowadays, it's more often than not, someone's like, they just don't taste like they used to.
Right.
And that's just anecdotal because there's no real, I don't know how you find out if they've changed anything or they added anything. I don't know if it's one of the ingredients or what, but
that would
there's
be the
just
way.
some shit that just tastes different.
Yes.
Probably because they're using cheaper ingredients and making it taste different because they're using cheaper shit.
Right. And they're never going to like admit to that or just be like, hey, we want to let the public know we're updating our recipe to include more, seed oils and less like real milk or real whatever.
Yeah, because it would be anti-marketing against themselves.
Right.
They're not going to do
That's
that.
just stupid. Legally, they don't have to do that.
They're just changing shit and just waiting for people to see if they, see if they notice.
Well, here we are, right here on this fucking podcast right now. We're letting you know we fucking noticed. Well, we noticed for sure. What you're saying, what you're getting at about shit just tastes different and tastes worse. Agreed. And that is also why we're going to talk about skimpflation today as well. Skimpflation is where companies lower the quality of a product or service while keeping the price the same or increasing it. So you're lowering the quality here. You're not lowering any amount. That is shrinkflation, but Skimpflation is where you are worsening the ingredients, leaving it worse than the way it was before. A lot of companies been doing that. I know the Hershey's founder, or the son of the Hershey's founder, had reached out in a public statement and said that Reese's and what they've done with their chocolate has been egregious. They've switched to just shit ingredients, and rightfully so. I think a lot of people heard that and it resonated, and it was like, yeah, well, we don't even buy that shit anymore just because of how shitty it tastes anymore.
One of the most universally loved pieces of candy that we have.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would you even attempt or try to fuck that up?
Yeah, I agree.
Because people are really going to notice that, because there's a whole lot of motherfuckers that eat Reese's. So
Universal is correct, I would say, 100%. Everyone loves Reese's. I mean, it is an international candy that everyone enjoys. So, yeah, I mean, why would you do that?
another really good example, one of the two, it's Ben and Jerry's now was sold a while ago. It is now owned by a company called Magnum. So you've probably seen like Magnum ice cream
bars, right?
Yeah. Same people that own Talenti or whatever, that gelato, the stuff that claims to be gelato in the supermarket. Anyway, one of the founders has been pretty public, and he's trying to buy back his company now.
I heard about that
because they are fucking up one of the best ice creams for a long time. Was Ben and Jerry's, and he's trying to buy it back because they're doing the same thing. They're driving that into the ground using inferior products and whatnot. So
it's really sad because they hold like a legendary status.
Exactly.
You pay the extra money to get it because it is that good.
Yeah, because of the ingredients they're using, and not all the synthetic bullshit that they slap into it. That was the way they marketed themselves for a long time. There's a lot of other companies that are doing the same thing. Established themselves the same thing.
Yeah, it's rampant. It's everywhere. It is truly everywhere. It's in every facet of our market. Any of our goods, it all follows the same process. Either they're doing shrinkflation, skimpflation, or enshittification, or all three, and they're all ways to flow more money to the shareholders. Shareholders is what MG is going to be touching on today. And if you wouldn't mind if I pass the mic over to you to kind of touch a little bit. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so again, keeping this real simple, because I got ding dong brain when it comes to numbers. Touching on what we were just talking about, you got a company that's been around for a long time. We'll take Ben and Jerry's ice cream. All right, now common for the last several decades or more, it's been a pretty common practice for big fish coming in, eating the smaller fish, or you have a private equity group comes in, buys a major stake into the company, and a trusted brand that's been well established for decades, right? And that's what they're leaning on is they've got a surefire winner already. So the first thing that they look on is they're putting pressure on the CEO and the rest of its members to like, how can we automatically right out of the gate increase the stock price, make it go up for our interest and the shareholders' interest immediately. So then that comes in the face of the usual stuff. They look for bloat, waste, job cuts, but then as it keeps going down the road, they're still trying to squeeze this trusted product, and by doing so, it's ruining. They're not afraid or care to ruin the integrity and the quality of the product of why fucking people are buying it in the first place. This goes not only just for food, like what we've been mentioning, it goes for virtually everything. For cookware, for tools, for clothing, all types of shit. Stuff you just wouldn't even realize that something like a piece of clothing, like a jacket or a backpack that you've been buying years and relying on its name and its durability, got bought up by some fucking corporation or like hedge fund investment company or whatever, comes in, they buy that, and you slowly, maybe over time, notice that the quality of this product just isn't the same. Well, that's because it literally isn't, because that's the next thing they look for is they reduce another way to reduce cost into that product, but keeping the price the same and increasing it is changing how that product gets made, the material costs and everything. where it gets made, all that shit.
And I would say in this day and age, it's so easy to find a new supplier if you know where to look. If you can look overseas, right? So the cheapening of materials, it's never been easier to find a cheaper material.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, absolutely fine. So that's where we find ourselves today. And that's why it is so much more widespread than you think. It is almost getting into every major facet of consumer, of what you consume, unless you're always actively seeking out and doing constant research.
Yeah.
On not I'm not talking about what somebody makes at a farmer's market and whatnot, obviously.
Of course not.
But
that's the shit I do want. You know, that's the shit I will be supporting.
Sure, but in the long run, the things you generally have to consume on a high consumable basis, is
mass marketable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're really looking at is, over time, this has been transitioning again for years now to a point where people now have to start, like we said, having to do grassroots efforts to raise concerns about it, because these people, these corporations, they ain't gonna do dick, because they're making money every year on it. Profits just get higher and higher for them, and we're the ones buying their bullshit, because we have been for years.
It's just kind of what we do. You go to the store and get the same shit that you've always got, and it gets a little bit worse, but your kids love it, or, you know, your partner loves it. It's just a staple in your house. Eventually, you got to be able to put your foot down and be like, no, fuck that business. I'm not buying it anymore. The classic term, vote with your wallet, you know, is the only way out of this.
I think of another way to think about it, too. Another thing to think about, I should say, is the only evidence that we have right now is anecdotal. It's just people bitching about it to one another, word of mouth. There needs to be a more organized effort to document stuff like consumer reviews, which they're out there, like consumer product reviews online and whatnot. See, the way this used to work was the old school media. There used to be a balance in the media keeping these products in checks, because they would have unbiased consumer reviews in local media, and so it's not. But all that stuff is shrinking, and now you just have your major media outlets, which are completely corporate ran.
Right.
And nobody's talking shit about anything. Everything's great. Have you ever noticed, like, if you ever, and I don't recommend anybody do this, but have you ever noticed, like, for a while, if you were to turn CNN like daytime, it would feel like a fucking infomercial where they would just randomly start talking about, this is the new Sony camera, blah, blah, blah. And they would just start talking. It's like, why the fuck are we talking about? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, dude. I'm sure it still fucking happens. Just like with news in general, you can't rely on the old outlets anymore. It's going to have to be where it stands current day. And there are people out there. There are online entities for people to submit reviews and stuff like that. There are people doing investigative work. There's two groups, I should say, highly recommend, will help you start getting your mind set around this. As far as where you can research stuff that you've been currently buying, they will catalog and highlight different events and going ons with that company in particular, what they've been doing. Was this company bought out by who? Who were they bought out by? When did they change? Like, you know, so on and so forth. So it is happening. So that is actual, you know, empirical data that you can look at and read.
I love that we're putting this out there then.
Right. Instead of just
literally
like
giving you sources.
Right. Instead of just being like, yeah, this product's bullshit. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what they're relying on. They want the obfuscation out there. They don't want you to know.
You are so right. Yeah.
So one cool motherfucker is a guy named Kiana Sapp. He created a website, and he does articles on there that talks exactly about what we're talking about and specific to what companies and so on and so forth, specific companies involved and their products. So he also has something called the Brand Ledger. The name of the website is worstonpurpose.com.
Worstonpurpose.com.
He lists a bunch of different articles, different companies and products and their fuckery. And another thing he has on there is called the Brand Ledger. And what the brand ledger is him tracking up to 345 brands and telling you whether or not that they are still worth to buy or not, and what kind of fuckery they've been involved to. If were they swallowed up by this company, that company, whatever. The other one is Buyer, and they also have an app, but that's BUY apostrophe R, and it has similar things, but there were some very specific articles in there that all right out the gate was very interesting. One of them was the story. This happened like back in mid 2000s or something like that. But the company Burt's Bees. It's a very similar thing with Ben and Jerry. Actually, the company Burt's Bees was founded by really cool naturalist hippie motherfucker back in the 70s, I think. With
Really?
his wife.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. So like him and his wife started this company. I won't go into the whole detail, but like really good company, really good products, natural products and whatnot. Soaps. Obviously, I'm a big user of their lip balm myself
Yeah,
during the wintertime.
they built a huge loyal following.
Yeah, it was massive, and they did a really good job with it until the Clorox company bought them out. I think it was like 2007. So the same company that makes bleach and garbage bags and stuff like bought Burt's Bees. But then in 2018, the company now faces a lawsuit. I don't know where it ended up at. I forgot if they just paid it out or what, but because for the longest time they were claiming that their products had no PFAs, no forever chemicals. Well,
Okay.
turns out they couldn't claim that anymore because the Clorox company did a little fuckery.
No.
Yeah, some of their makeup, I believe, and some of their other products now then contained like the forever chemicals and PFAs and whatnot. So yeah, a long-time trusted company like Burt's Bees having all natural progress was now like tainted by a big corporation like Clorox. And
Now you said it was similar to Ben and Jerry's.
yeah,
Did they try to buy it back?
no,
No.
I don't even know if that dude's alive. I'll be honest.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Same thing. Like I did not know this, but same thing with Tom's of Maine. Tom's of Maine was always being known as like, a really healthy alternative for like soap, shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant. At some point in time, they got bought out by Colgate and Palmolive. And then Blue Buffalo, when they came out, it was like a more organic, natural, like dog food, pet food.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen that.
Yeah. It's owned by General Mills.
Go
But
fuck yourself.
so the
General
same people
Mills.
that make Lucky Charms make that dog food. So they're probably the same filler, I would imagine.
Honestly, it probably is, dude. I mean, from what you hear about the shit that they put in dog food, it's really not good for the dogs. Like
Not at all.
Most of the food is not. Just a little bit is healthy for them. And then they say they use sawdust and shit. But I also know they use essentially sawdust filler in pre-shredded cheese, which we kind of talked about this like a week ago.
Sure, yeah. So it doesn't like stick together, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically it. It's money.
So many companies have switched out their real fruit for artificial flavors. That's another thing. I mean, you're probably going to notice it when you taste it,
Yeah.
and all it really is just a little label on a box that now says made with artificial flavors. Another example of skimpflation, I would say, is customer service as a whole. It's terrible. If you ever need to call a helpline, you're just you're immediately greeted by an AI chatbot. After you get your pre-recorded message, then a chatbot comes on and you tell them your problem and they let you know that we're very happy to have your call. And then you wait for 45 minutes. And if you're lucky, you might get to talk to a human, but are you going to hang up by then? Maybe. I know I have. Customer service just blows fucking dickhole. Look at Walmart. They used to have so many cashiers. You can still see it in the empty lanes anymore. And you would go in and not be expected to do the cashier's job. Now it's just normal. And it's another example. Cut the labor, right? Get rid of the workers. And then you're replacing it with an inferior product, which would be you are doing the checkout yourself.
Yeah.
And then just pretend that it's normal and it's fine, and just everyone should just get along and agree with that and accept that. But I think it's bullshit.
That self checkout pisses me off so much, and there's way too many people that enjoy doing it. I think there's way too many people that like checking themselves out because it feels like they have control and they're not waiting in line. But you're fucking working for Walmart for free. That's what you're doing.
That is the bottom line. It's why when they started rolling that out, I was immediately like, why? Why are we fucking doing this? We're just letting them make more money. And yeah, you are the one doing the job at that point. I much preferred it when there was like 2 to 4 self-checkout areas that most people didn't go to, but the option was there if you don't like talking to people or you were just in a shitty mood that day or whatever. Lines were too big. Then it was just an option, but now it's more than an option. It's like, it's pretty much the only way to go because there's always fucking one cashier working and 20 people in line already. It's pretty sick. Yeah, love that. Thanks Walmart. Okay, and so now that we've talked about shrinkflation and skimpflation, and keep in mind these are very short crash courses, what you need to knows for dummies, if you will. Now we'll talk about enshittification. Enshittification is a little different. It's mainly talking, but it's not limited to, but it's mainly talking about digital products and digital services, which we have been talking all about tangible things, but enshittification is about digital stuff. So there's 3 stages to the process of enshittification. Well, hold on. Sorry. Let me define enshittification. Enshittification is the gradual decline in quality of a platform or service over time. There's 3 stages to enshittification. Okay, the first stage is attract a bunch of users. How do you attract a bunch of users? You make a really cool online platform. Let's take MySpace, for example, or Facebook. Look how they started. It was really cool. You'd see everything from your friends. You'd post, your friends would see it, and you would just connect with them in a very simple way. That's all it was. That's really all you needed. You could post whatever you want. Great. Well, everyone had fun in Facebook back in the day. And it'll offer these businesses, these services, they'll offer cool features, cheap prices, like useful tools, and they'll be convenient, and it'll just work well on whatever device you're using it on. Great, right? Yeah. Well, they want to draw you in and make you a loyal user to whatever service they're providing, and kind of make you rely on those services. Like people would rely on Facebook for their dopamine hits. You got 25 likes on a picture. Fucking cool. Well, now I want to go back to that app and use it again. Okay, so after they've got their base built up, second, once they get enough eyes on the service and enough people start using it, they switch gears and they change their focus to accommodate their whales in the business, like advertisers and third-party sellers, pretty much. And this will always make the experience for everyone else just a little bit worse, and that kind of ties in line with how many ads are being promoted on pretty much everywhere these days, because you're already on the platform. So now it's time to move on to that stage. Third stage, okay, extract maximum profit. Okay, once everyone's used to the product and reliant, service degrades, but this time it degrades for the business partners as well, and they squeeze out the maximum profit for shareholders. This is where like microtransactions get introduced. They put a lot more focus on that kind of shit, their internal workings. How can we get money directly and just skip the advertisers altogether? They're paying us some, but we can make more if we just offer our own little, you can pay for this feature and that feature, what the fuck ever. Like the blue badge on everything that you can get that says you're verified. To promote a post on social media, you can just pay and just get that shit blasted out there. And that's just shit they'll introduce in this third stage. Good examples of this would be like Snapchat. I don't even need to go into it. Anyone who uses Snapchat knows it used to be way better and now it's just stupid as fuck. Search engines, and by search engines, I mean all of them. I'm not talking about just Google. They are just cluttered with sponsored pages and advertisements when there could be and used to be useful links there in place. They didn't used to just sell the front page to the highest bidder. That was never the thing. It was more like, what's the most accurate for what this person is searching for? Because that's the link they're going to get. And they don't do that anymore. Amazon, another good example. The service used to be a lot better. You used to be able to source cheaper products on there. Now there's barely anything under $10 on Amazon. And they're constantly pushing you to sign up for Prime. It's like, well, if you don't pay for Prime, then you're paying for an assload of shipping. And I was just bitching about this the other day. I'll subscribe for a month at a time if I need something shipped. and I was trying to get a little USB drive so we could store these episodes on it, and I saw they had same day shipping. I ordered it like midnight. I was like, oh shit, same day. It'll be here tomorrow. Or not even. I just got to wake up and it'll be here. Put in the order, and they're like, yeah, but you got to sign up for Prime to get that same day shipping. So I sign up. Shows up 2 days later. We're sorry, your package is delayed. I promise you, Amazon knew for a fact that they were not going to get that shipment to me in the same day. They lied to me. 100%, because this has happened to me like 3 or 4 times. They'll promise like an expedited. All you got to do is sign up for Prime, and this is one of our products. We can get it to you same day or next day, and then it takes 2 days, which still isn't a long time, and that's fine. I could give a fuck, but it's the principle of you're promising that it's going to be there same day. I'm paying you $15 to access this feature, and even after all of that, you still don't get it, and you just say package is delayed. I think that's fucking bullshit. Yeah, and that's my whole spiel. Enshittification, mainly talking about digital services going in the crapper. So if you have not been following along with that, it's everywhere. Just keep your eyes peeled, basically. Sorry for my long tangent.
I just remember at one point in time, you just went to the store and you grabbed something and you bought it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember.
Call me
times,
fucking
man.
old fashioned, but I could go to Best Buy or wherever and I could just buy something there and it'd be fine. I wouldn't have to worry about it. Too many. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
feel you, man. I'm old school in a lot of ways. Not quite as old school as you, but I get it. I definitely get it.
No, nobody's doing that anymore. It's a day gone. It's a days past.
Yeah, it really is, and I don't want to be that guy that's stuck in the past because that's stupid. Look at.
But you're the guy bitching about something that it took 2 days to get here instead of overnighting it.
Like I said, it's not a big deal.
Amazon's moving millions of products at one time, and you didn't get your thing. So,
like I said,
you could have just gone to the store that day and gotten it and had it. That was same day delivery too.
Yeah. No, and I hear you. Trust me, I hear you, brother.
Sorry, I just wanted.
I love going to the store if I can to get it. I will always choose that if I can. But this was my best option. Okay, the issue was the principle. I did say that. Okay, let the record show.
I just wanted to be a cunt about it.
No, it's okay. But I'm literally looking at it right now at my PlayStation. This is a very recent example. You bought a PlayStation 5. I bought one. You bought it with a disc tray with the full expectation that you'll always be able to buy games and put them in there, but they just announced no more physical copies of discs. It's all going digital. So that's just one promise that we had, and just, they said, fuck it, whatever. Just deal with it. It's pretty cool. Streaming services, another example of enshittification, which we have touched on this before, but you started off nice and cheap, ad-free, whatever. And then you join because it's great, it's a pretty good deal. They've got shows you like, whatever. And then right after that, after they build their base up, just like Peacock did, or Paramount, or all of these fucking services, they build their customer base up, you pay in cheap, and then they jack their prices way up. And then they introduce the ads, and then the tiered system, yada, yada. We don't have to get into all this again, but it is just another example of enshittification. The shit's got to stop at some point. We got to put a stop to all this shit.
The entertainment one's harder because so many people will just consume it regardless because of,
and they're counting on that. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. You are right.
Because we've completely gotten away from, obviously there's people that still have cable satellite, but for the most part, we're transitioning away from that, much like we transition away from landline to cell phone. So now they have to really there's a lot of money being left on the table from people that were subscribing, to cable and satellite. There's a lot of money that was being left on the table. And obviously when Netflix was the one that really got the stream ball rolling, I feel. And everybody was looking at them like they were the new Walmart and be like, all right, how do we capitalize on this?
I know.
Whether it was HBO or, HBO Max or even Prime. Prime's thrown their hat into the ring, and fucking Hulu, Disney Plus, so on and so forth. There's so much money to be made on that because their services is an entertainment, and that's what we consume.
Yeah, we do love that, and so does the rest of the world. We do it right, so I get it. You know, it's a huge market, but still, just makes me sad.
I know.
It just makes me sad.
I just deal with the ads, honestly.
I do too. I just, I get on my phone, which
I know.
it's not really a great substitute, but I got to text people back or whatever.
That's what I do. You know what? I turn the volume off. I turn the volume off and we just kind of fuck around. It's like, what are you doing? Whoever's sitting next to me, or it's the wife or kids, or I don't know. I
refuse to pay attention to the ads.
Silence it. I don't know.
Right.
Because and fuck you, Liberty Mutual. I don't even know who the fuck you think you are running your terrible fucking nonsense ads. God damn. Yeah. I don't know who. I don't know what it is rolling through. No, the Liberty jackass too. Fuck that motherfucker. All of them, like all of it. I don't know who they're rolling through. I don't know if it was No, not Netflix. I don't know if it was HBO Max or who the hell we were going through.
I'm still getting them.
They will go at like just over and over. Like that'll be the same fucking ad, just pounded in.
I love your solution to that is just mute it. That's great. I don't mute it. I don't have the patience. But I will say Sony got a patent so that your TVs that they make from Sony will literally have. It'll make you watch it. You'll have to interact with it. You'll have to say McDonald's at the end of the ad, and they'll also track your eyes. I shit you not, it's real. It's gonna be here at some point, but they've got the patent and everything. So it's just like that Black Mirror episode. I forget which, the one where they live underground and they cycle and shit. Everything is just gonna be an ad around you. It's awesome. Like fucking Hux pumps. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Who put ads in the fucking gas stations? I want to strangle them.
I've had that for a while. There's a lot of people doing that now.
I know. It's the norm. I hate that. Get me the fuck out of there.
You know the liquor store?
The liquor store.
Down by where we work? Okay.
Yeah.
So just recently updated his cash register to a new fancy system. And there is a screen that faces the customer that plays like basically YouTube videos in front of there.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know why.
What is wrong?
We have to be entertained at all fucking times.
Our attention span.
I can't have my phone. It'd be rude if I just started watching videos while I was trying to also do this transaction. Good. There's a screen here showing me a kitten falling down.
Get
funny.
The fuck out of here, dude. I have not seen that before.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
I don't know. What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm just making ourselves way dumber.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever.
Okay, well, I think there was one. Yeah, there's one more thing.
Tell me one more, Quinn.
There's one more thing I wanted to address in this
Daddy,
episode.
one more.
One more.
Oh, I just need one more thing, and I'm there.
The one last thing that I wanted to talk about was a guy in specific. He's on TikTok and probably on other shit, but I seen him on TikTok. And he's made a lot of local news and stuff. Maybe even national. I'm not sure. But his name is Jimmy Rigg. And you may or may not have seen him. He's kind of blowing up right now for a very specific reason. Look him up on TikTok. Jimmy Rigg. Cool dude. But what he's been doing is raising awareness of this business practice I'm about to talk about, which I don't really have a name for it because it doesn't fall under shrinkflation, skimpflation, or enshittification. It kind of just falls under, it's kind of like very unethical, and it's also against FDA regulations. I don't know if it's a crime or whatever technically, but what he's been exposing is Walmart meats in their meat section. Specifically chicken. He's been going into Walmarts and weighing chicken breasts to see just how close they are to actually weighing what they say they weigh. Are you getting what you paid for? Even with the packaging itself, the styrofoam and the saran wrap and that little pad they put underneath the chicken, he weighed all of these, and I watched one video in specific, went to a Walmart, pulled out 21 packages of chicken breasts, and 11 of 21 were underweight, and they were underweight from anywhere from 2 to 6 ounces, which is a lot. I mean, it is a lot if you think about it, because when you take all those and add it up, obviously, in a mass scale producing environment, that's a shit ton of money that they're not putting into the package of chicken. That's more profits for them. He did the same thing with bacon. So he was weighing out bacon. You're supposed to get a pound, and These are Great Value brands I'm talking about, to be specific here. I'm talking about Great Value branded chicken and Great Value branded bacon. But he weighed out a shit ton of bacon packages, and every single one of them were underweight. It wasn't just, half of them. This one was pretty egregious because he weighed out like, I don't know, 12 or 15 in a row. They were all underweight from anywhere from like 2 to 4 ounces.
Which is significant, especially for bacon. Because a single piece of bacon really doesn't weigh a whole lot.
Hardly weighs shit, right? So the math there, he even went a step further and he's like, well, how many pieces of bacon equals, like up to 2 or 3 ounces? Because the average was around 2 ounces short. So 2 ounces of bacon is about 4 strips. You're being shorted by like 4 strips of bacon on average per package for what you're signing up to pay for, what you're agreeing to pay for. You're getting shorted on that. And all he's doing is just documenting this online, and people are kind of clinging to it like wildfire. Like, people are loving this because we're all having these frustrations, and he's the one that's actually going out there and getting the verified evidence for us, literally firsthand. Like, he'll open the package right in front of you and weigh it. You can't even argue with it. The biggest problem I have with all of this, which, by the way, I would love to buy this dude a beer. Sounds and looks like a really chill dude. But the problem with all of it is that even though he's exposing all of this, if the Office of Weights and Measures decides to penalize and fine the distributors, because Walmart wouldn't get fined for this. They're not the ones packing it out. The distributors are the ones that are going to get fined. If they decide to fine them, then all the money that they made from shorting people, that is going to be more than whatever fine that's imposed upon them. So it's literally a rigged system, and they're going to win no matter what, and they're going to make more money off fucking you over no matter what, and that's why they're going to keep doing it no matter what. That's the biggest fucking issue I have with the whole system and how it's set up. It's just designed for the consumer to fail. Fuck that. I say fuck that. And I also say, I'm looking for anyone that might see this, if you work in the industry of packing out great value food, let's just be specific here. If you pack out great value food, specifically the meats here, and you work in that kind of plant or facility, just be a whistleblower. Tell us what's up. What did they tell you guys? Did they tell you to underweight them, or did they just set the scales to say that it's at weight and it's really not underweight? Because something's happening and someone knows about it.
I'm guessing it's all done by machines, honestly. A lot of it.
Someone has to program the machines. I want someone in the industry knows what the fuck is going on. I want that person to tell us, spill the fucking beans. What's up with that? Who's making the call here? That's all. That's all I want to know. That was the last thing I really wanted to talk about, was Jimmy Rigg. Highly recommend it. Look him up. Just watch one video and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If your eyes weren't opened already, that guy will do it.
Also, I've been watching a gentleman named Hot Blonde with a mullet, and what he's been doing is going into the larger Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana area and just reviewing China buffets.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Like once. He pops up all the time and I always skip it.
He's deep in Daddy's algorithm. Get in there. Oh, I'll warm you. But yeah, I think it's hilarious. He's just going around just reviewing and there's a lot, because there's also a lot of absurdity at these Chinese buffets as far as like what they think us fatty piggies are going to eat at the buffet. Yeah. They just throw just random shit in there. It's hilarious. And sometimes he finds good spots, and it's really interesting to see the prices too, how they vary. And
I could see that.
And whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
What's his name again? Hot dude with a mullet?
I think it's Hot Blonde with a mullet.
Hot Blonde with a mullet?
I believe
so. Next time he pops up on my algorithm, I'm going to check him out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to talk about personally, and that really wraps up everything. So without further ado, we might have to call this unless you've got another ad sponsor.
I do indeed.
Oh.
I have a very special ad sponsor, if you will.
Lovely.
This portion of Chaos with Care is brought to you by I Scream, You Scream, We All Scream for Dianetics. Make this summer the summer of Scientology. For more information, go to Scientology.com and book a free consultation. That's Scientology. Come free your mind and body by believing in lizards and aliens and whatever bullshit. Yeah.
Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
Did I do
Scientology.
good, David Miscavige? Did I do good, David?
Scientology plug on the Chaos with Care podcast. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Fuck
good
yeah.
shit. Hell yeah. We're proud of that.
Yeah.
Also, we are signing off. So we'll catch you next time. But if you know anyone that likes fun topics like the ones we're talking about today, please don't hesitate to send them the podcast and spread the word, because this is the greatest podcast on the internet. All right. We'll see you next time, and goodbye.
Bye.